Okay guys, so we have a lot of vocab for this chapter. We have 3 pages, so I want the sub to pause the video so that you guys can put this in your blue folder. So go ahead and pause that video and then we'll do the lesson. Okay, so we're talking about points, lines, and rays. So a point is an exact location that's represented by a dot. So like point X here. A line, okay, the difference here is a line has an arrow and then an arrow, and they have 2 dots in between. And you would either call it line AB, or you could abbreviate it AB with an arrow at the end of both of the lines, or an arrow at the end of that line, both ends. Sorry. A ray has a dot, and then you'll have another dot, but it ends with this arrow. So you can either call it ray AB or AB with nothing here and then an arrow. And then a line segment has a dot and a dot at the beginning and the end. And you can either call it line segment AB or AB with nothing at the ends. And make sure that if the substitute can make sure that the poster is up on the board for you guys to look at that so that you guys don't have to keep turning back and forth because you're going to need to know that. Okay, turn it over. So example 2 says draw a figure that represents CD, and it's just a straight line and there's nothing there. So that is a line segment. So you draw a dot, a line. Sorry, it's not straight. It's really hard to do it on this thing. And a dot. And then you label the dots C, D. Because it's a line segment. Okay. Example 3 says identify this figure that has a dot and then an arrow. That's called a ray. And you can either call it ray AB, or you can abbreviate it AB with a line above it and nothing at the end of one, and then an arrow on the other side. That's an arrow, sorry. Okay. Number 1. This is a what? Line, arrows, ray, dot and an arrow, or line segment, dot and a dot. Says dot and a dot, so that's line segment. So either call it line segment, or you could abbreviate it line segment QR, or QR with a line above it, nothing at the ends. Okay, number 2, FB, but it's called a line. So you would draw an arrow at one end and an arrow at the other end. Okay, 3, that is called a ray. So you can either call it ray AC, or you could draw AC with a line and then an arrow. Okay, number 4 is also a line, so DF, and then an arrow at both ends. Okay. Okay, next page. So the tops is just like we did. You either call them lines, line segments, rays, or you can abbreviate them. Use the poster on the board, or you can go back to page 873 for your examples. Okay. And then, so you need to do numbers 5 through 8. And then let's look at number 9 through 14. So you have to draw these. So number 9 is just a point. So point T, and then you label it T. Number 10, this is a line. So You draw the arrows, you put the dots on there, and you have to label the dots like it says Y, Z. Okay? So you have to draw these. So I need the sub to pause the video, label these 5 through 8, and draw 11 through 14. Okay, so you guys have done those. So let's go over those, sorry. This was 5 Ray FG. So you should have just had an arrow on one side and then FG. Number 6 was line segment HK. So just a line, nothing on top, or at the ends, I mean, sorry. And then 7 was line LM, so arrows. And N was line segment NO, so nothing on the ends, just a line. Okay, 11 CR, so you started with a point, that's a ray. C ended with an arrow, had a point, R. This is a line segment, started and ended with a point, and they're called A and W. This is a line, so started and ended with an arrow with your points on there. I'm sorry guys, it's really messy. It's really hard to draw these. And then T and J started with a point, it's a ray, ended with an arrow. Yours should look better than this. I'm sorry it's messy. I'm really trying here, but it's really hard. Okay, that's what those should look like. Sorry. If you didn't get some of those right, you need to be careful and look at the poster or look at page 873. Okay, let's look at our homework. So put your name on it and then sing your song, and I'll pause the video. And then let's look at number 1. So number 1 and 2, you need to identify what they are. So they're right here if you want to look at them. That's line, looks like this. Ray, looks like this. Or line segment. So I would circle those if you're going to use this page, or you can use the poster, or you can use page 873. Okay? So numbers 1 and 2, you would identify them. You either write line, AB, Ray, EK, line segment, JT, or you can do the abbreviations. Okay, turn it over. Number 3, you have to draw it. So you have to look at your abbreviations and figure out how to draw it. And have your correct dots or arrows, or dot and an arrow. Okay, number 4, same thing. Number 5, you draw 3 line segments, 1 ray, and 4 points. Remember, a point is just a dot with a letter. Okay, that's not hard at all. Okay, and then number 6 through 10, go back to page 873 for your vocab. You should not miss any of these. Find your vocab on this page. And then number 11, what would this be called? Look at the poster or look at page 873. Okay? You guys need to look at that. Please look at that. Okay. I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you do this carefully. Use the poster, use page 873, double check your work before you turn it in and get it done. Okay?